Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Extraction of aluminium. There are some questions related to this topic. Question number 1. Explain why the aluminium oxide must be molten for electrolysis to be take place. Aluminium oxide is ionic compound and it is present in the solid form. When it is present in the solid form, the positive and negative ions are not free to move. They are present at their fixed position. First of all, for the conductance of the electricity through the aluminium oxide, we have to convert into the molten form or in the aqueous form, so that these positive and negative ions, they should be free to move towards their respective electrodes. And when they will reach at the cathode and anode, then there will be a oxidation reduction process. So aluminum oxide must be in molten form for the electrolysis. Question number 2. Why is aluminum oxide dissolved in molten cryolite in the extraction of aluminium? Aluminum oxide is solid substance, and the force of attraction between the aluminium and oxide ions are very strong, so it has very high melting point. It is about 2050 degrees C. It needs a lot of energy to melt. For the electrolysis process, we need aluminum oxide in the molten form. It is dissolved in molten cryolite to reduce its melting point, because cryolite is an aluminum compound with the low melting point. So when we take the cryolite as the solvent, it will mix with the aluminum oxide, and its melting point will reduce from 2000 to 850. By using the cryolite as the solvent, we can melt the aluminum oxide at the temperature 850 degrees C, so we can save the energy cost. And that's why the aluminum oxide should be mixed with the cryolite to reduce its melting point, and in this way we can save the energy. Question number 2. Why are the carbon anodes replaced regularly in the industrial electrolysis of the aluminum oxide? When aluminum oxide is electrolyzed, the oxygen gas is released at the anode. As we know that this process is carried out at the higher temperature. So at this high temperature, when oxygen gas released at the anode, and anode is made up of the carbon, that is graphite. Graphite is the allotropic form of carbon. At this temperature, oxygen released at the anode, it will react with the graphite and convert into the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide gas will release at the anode. So carbon anodes are used up, and they have to be replaced regularly in the industrial electrolysis of aluminum oxide. Write the half equation for the changes at each electrode in the electrolysis of molten aluminum oxide. When aluminum oxide is electrolyzed, first of all, the aluminum oxide is converted into the aluminum ion, positive ion, and oxide, negative ion, like this, Al2O3. It will convert into aluminium plus 3 and oxide ions that has -2 charge. So the aluminium ions, they are cations, and oxide ions are anions. Cations moves towards the cathode, and anions moves towards the anode. Aluminium ion, when they reach at the cathode, they gain the electron, aluminium plus 3, they will gain 3 electron and convert into aluminium neutral metal. Here aluminium in molten form is physical state, is liquid, and aluminium metal also in the liquid state at the electrode. At the anode, oxide ions, they reach at the anode, and first of all, oxide ions, they lose the electron and convert into oxygen gas. For example, 2 oxide ions, that is in the liquid form, they convert into oxygen in gaseous form, and it will lose 4 electron. because one oxide ion, it will lose 2 electron, and we have 2 oxide ions, they will lose 4 electron. And there is oxidation process at the anode. At cathode there is a reduction process. Oxide ions at the anode, they lose the electron. Oxide ion convert into the oxygen gas. At the same time, at the anode there is another reaction. Oxygen gas, when released at the anode, this anode is made up of the carbon, that is graphite, and this oxygen gas, when oxygen gas released at the anode, there is another process. It will react this carbon electrode, and when it react with the carbon electrode, it will convert into carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. This is carbon anode. It is in the solid form, and oxygen that has been released by the oxidation process at the anode, it will react and convert into, this oxygen is also in gaseous form, it will convert into carbon dioxide in gaseous form. So carbon dioxide will release at the anode. But if there is less supply of oxygen, then this carbon anode, it will react with oxygen and it will convert into carbon monoxide, that is also gas. It means at the cathode, aluminium metal will deposit, there is a reduction process, but at the anode there are two processes. One is the normal oxidation of the oxide ion into the oxygen gas, and other process is the reaction of the oxygen that is released at the anode. It will react with the carbon of the anode and convert into the carbon dioxide. If less supply of the oxygen, then there can be a possibility of carbon monoxide gas. Now the question number 3b, explain which ions are oxidized and which ions are reduced in the hydrolysis of the molten aluminium oxide. In the electrolysis of the molten aluminium oxide, the aluminium ions, we have aluminium ions and oxide ions. Aluminium ions, they gain the electron and convert into the aluminium neutral metal. They are reduced. So at cathode, aluminium ions gain the 3 electron because it has a plus 3 charge. They will gain 3 electron and convert into aluminium metal, that is in the liquid form. This is also in the liquid form, and it means the aluminium ions, when they gain the electron, they reduced. And at the same time, oxide ions, they move towards the anode, and at the anode, oxide ions, they will lose the electron and convert into the neutral oxygen, and loss of electron is called oxidation. So oxide ions, they are oxidized at the anode, and aluminium ions, they are reduced at the cathode. Question number 4a, explain why the extraction of aluminium requires so much energy. Aluminium is most abundant metal on the earth. It is expensive because large amount of electricity is used up in the extraction process. Why the large amount of energy is used in the extraction process? This we will discuss here, because the aluminium is present in the ore. The most important ore of the aluminium is bauxite, and bauxite ore is a very important ore of the aluminium, and bauxite contains the aluminium oxide. At the same time, it has oxide of the iron and silicon also. So we need for the electrolysis of the aluminium only aluminium oxide. We have to separate it from the oxide of these metal and non-metals. For this we will treat it with the sodium hydroxide, and when we treat the bauxite ore with the sodium hydroxide, the aluminium oxide will convert into the complex compound of the aluminium. that is hydroxide of the aluminium, and the other impurities, they will be separated here. This complex compound, it has to be converted into aluminium oxide, because for the electrolysis process we need aluminium oxide. So we will treat it with the aluminum hydroxide as crystallization seed and water. Then this complex compound is converted into the aluminium oxide. So conversion of aluminium oxide into aluminium hydroxide and then again into aluminium oxide, it needs a lot of energy. Now the next process is the electrolysis of the aluminium oxide. By the electrolysis of aluminium oxide, we can get the pure aluminium metal. This aluminium oxide, first it will convert into aluminium plus 3 positive ions and oxide ions. But for this process, for the electrolysis process, we need the aluminum oxide in the molten form. Then these positive and negative ions, they will be free to move towards the respective electrodes. But the melting point of aluminum oxide is very high, that is about 2050 degrees C, and to heat it at this so high temperature, it needs a lot of electrical energy. To reduce the cost of energy, this aluminum oxide is treated with the cryolite. Cryolite is another compound of aluminium, and in the presence of the cryolite, when we use cryolite as a solvent, aluminum oxide, it will melt at 850 degrees C. With the cryolite, it will melt at 850 degrees C. So at 850 degrees C, aluminum oxide will convert it into the positive and negative ions, and then there is the process of electrolysis, and we can get the aluminium in metal in a pure form. So this the conversion of aluminium oxide into the aluminium require so much energy. By these two processes, first is the separation of aluminium oxide from the bauxite ore, and second is the extraction of aluminium. It needs a lot of energy. That's why the extraction of aluminium is very costly process. You know, the aluminium is very common metal. It is most abundant element on the earth, but at the same time it's very reactive, and due to its reactivity, it is not present in the free form, it is present in the form of the compounds. The extraction of aluminium from its compound is not very easy. It needs a lot of heat and electrical energy. Extraction of aluminium is a very expensive process, and before 18th century there was no cheap process to extract it from its compounds. That's why it was not discovered before 18th century. Question number 4C. Calculate the maximum mass of aluminium metal that can be extracted from 25.5 tons of the aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide, and here aluminium pure metal plus oxygen. First I will balance it. If we see the equation, 2 moles of aluminium oxide will produce 4 moles of aluminium. It means there is a ratio of and 1 mole will produce 1 mole of aluminium oxide will produce 2 mole of the aluminium. So there is ratio of 1:2. Now first of all I will calculate the mass of this compound and aluminium. For this, according to equation, we have 2 mole of aluminium oxide and 4 mole of aluminium. The mass of this is like this: 27 2 times plus oxygen 16 3 times and aluminium 4 into 27. Now this one will be 204 gram of aluminium oxide, it will produce 108 grams of aluminium. So according to this calculation, if we have here 2, 3 and here is aluminium, aluminium oxide 204 grams, and in question there is unit they have used is ton. I will write here. If we have 204 tons of aluminium oxide, then aluminium will produce 108 tons. And 25.5 tons will produce aluminium. So 204 tons of aluminium oxide produces aluminium metal 108 tons, and 1 ton of aluminium oxide produces aluminium metal 100 divided by 204 to 1, and 25.5 tons of aluminium oxide produces aluminium 108 divided by 204 into 25.5. So 13.5 tons. We can say that 25.5 tons of the aluminium will produce 13.5 tons of the aluminium. The first question that is given in the learning objectives: why some metals are extracted with the carbon and the other by the electrolysis. If we see the reactivity series and compare the carbon with the metals, here we have carbon. This is one group of the metal that is above the carbon, and there is another group of the metal that is below the carbon. These metals, they are less reactive, and if they are present in the form of the oxide or chloride or any compound form, we can use the carbon for the extraction of these metals. For example, if we have iron in the form of the iron oxide, carbon will react with the oxygen because carbon is more reactive than iron. So carbon replaces the iron and it will react with the oxygen, convert into carbon dioxide, and iron will be separated. But if we see the other group of the metal that are above the carbon, they are more reactive as compared to carbon. So carbon cannot replace them. For example, if we have aluminium oxide, carbon cannot replace the aluminium because the reactivity of carbon is less as compared to the aluminium. Aluminium is more reactive, so aluminium is present in the form of the aluminium oxide. Carbon cannot replace the aluminium. The aluminium cannot be separated from the aluminium oxide by treating it with the carbon. We use the electrolysis method for this purification of aluminium. All these metals that are above the carbon, they cannot be purified by using the carbon, and this group of the metals that are below the carbon, they can be purified by using the carbon. The extraction of aluminium from its ore. There are two steps for the extraction of aluminium. First is the purification of aluminium, because in bauxite it is present in the form of the aluminium oxide, and in the bauxite at the same time there are impurities of iron and silicon. So first First of all, it is aluminum oxide is purified, and it is converted into the aluminum hydroxide, and then by heating it is again it is converted into aluminum oxide, and aluminum oxide is electrolyzed. The first is the purification of aluminum oxide. The second step is the electrolysis. Electrolysis process. By the electrolysis process, we have purified the aluminum oxide, and then aluminum oxide is electrolyzed by using the electrolytic cell, and by using this cell we can separate the aluminum from aluminum oxide. And the next one is the reaction. Next one is the half equation at each electrode during the electrolysis of aluminum oxide. So the half equation we can write like this: the reaction at the cathode, cation moves towards the cathode where they gain electron and convert into the aluminum metal. Here is reduction process at the cathode, and the other at the anode there is a little bit lengthy process, because at anode first oxide ions converted into the oxygen, and we know that the electrodes we use carbon electrode, that is the graphite, and reaction is going on at the high temperature. So at the high temperature, the oxygen that is released at the anode, it will react with the carbon anode, and it will be converted into the carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide.